Pull up a chair and get comfortable. It's time to talk about your federal benefits. Federal Employee Benefit Coordinators presents the FEBC podcast with Elizabeth Inman and Bryan Fentress.
Don't you just love continuations? This is part 2 of how to fill out the forms to sign up for Medicare Part B and not have 10% per year penalties because you didn't do it when you turned 65. Don't you just love continuations? Probably not, but here we are. Trying to make a very complicated topic less complicated. Let's just keep it simple, okay? I'm Elizabeth Inman, and I'm with Federal Employee Benefit Coordinators. In fact, I own that company. Started the company after I retired. Happy to be of service to help you guys with one of the most critical things that has happened in my career. In over 40 years working with and working for the federal government myself. In fact, the United States Postal Service myself. So, I'm doing this in exactly the format that I know that I need as a retiree from the post office, now that postal reform has become a reality. We're going to actually get to the nitty-gritty. When will my Part B coverage start? And remember, I'm going to read a lot of the information I'm giving you because it's very critical information, and I don't want to make any mistakes. I want you to be able to count on me. I've got your back. I'm going to make this much easier for you. We'll get through the complicated, and then at the end, probably in the next podcast, I'm going to show you how simple it is and give you a summary on all of this technical information I'm spelling out. Is it a deal? All right, let's get started. Let me get my little reading glasses on. When will my Part B coverage start? You can sign up while you're still in a group health plan. I love that they're emphasizing that, because there's some bad information out there that says you can't do that, but you can. Or during the first full month when you're no longer in that plan. Also, you may sign up when the covered employee stops working, whichever of those happens first. So, your coverage will begin at either of these 2 times. On the first day of the month you enroll, or on the first day of any of the following 3 months of your choice. If you enroll during any of the remaining 7 months of the Special Enrollment Plan, this happens to be a 6-month enrollment. Started April 1st, 2024. See, that's where these instructions that you see on your screen doesn't exactly match this Special Enrollment Period for postal retirees. So, postal retirees gets a Special Enrollment Period starting April 1st of 2024, and it will end September the 30th of 2024. So if you enroll during any of that time, your coverage is going to begin on the first day of the following month. I know, about 4 paragraphs of information. The bottom line tell you, when you sign up for it, it's effective the next month. That makes it simple, right? Okay, let's move on to the next one. What happens if you don't sign up for Medicare B during this Special Enrollment Period? If you don't sign up when you're first eligible and you don't qualify for a Special Enrollment Period, you may have to pay a late enrollment period for as long as you have Part B. It's a lifetime penalty. You may have to pay all of the costs for your doctor services, outpatient care, medical supplies, and preventative services. See that list right there? That's what Medicare B covers for you. So without Medicare Part B, you may have to pay all the costs for doctor services, outpatient care, medical supplies, and preventative services. Those are the list of items that's covered by Medicare Part B. You can only sign up from April the 1st to September the 30th of 2024 for this Special Enrollment Period. Now let's talk about how you apply. That's where the other forms that are on your screen comes into play. I know, these forms are something else again. They are, but this is the way you get to get this critical Part B coverage that covers medical services, preventative services, those kind of things. And it's very important. So you may not have signed up for Medicare at age 65 for obvious reasons with us postal employees. We've already talked about it in previous podcasts. But you can apply on the website using the online Medicare application, and that's at www.ssa.gov /benefits/Medicare/. But these forms have to be filled out and uploaded. So if you already have Medicare A and you want to enroll in B, you can use one of the following options. The first one is go online, apply for Medicare Part B during a special enrollment period, and you complete the form CMS 40B. You'll see that on your screen, CMS 40B. And then you complete CMS L564. That's this one. So the first one was application for enrollment, and the second one is request for employment information. Then you upload the evidence of your group health plan, which could be a copy of your card, it could be a summary of benefits form, but proof of your current group health plan or your large group health plan coverage that's based on your either current employment or prior employment, depending on which category you fall in. And you can complete and upload these two forms, or you can provide written notification by fax, letter, or email from your employer. So that was a mouthful. I'm going to kind of pause for a moment, let that soak in. You can fax your forms, both of these forms, to your local Social Security office, or you can literally mail them to them, or you can take them personally and drop them off at your local Social Security office. But you do have to get these forms to them. And so far, the folks I've dealt with that's doing this, it hasn't just been the easiest process. I'm going to tell you, just don't give up. Don't give up. And if you continue to have problems, that's what we're here for. Just give us a call, 918-396-5171, and we'll help you with that as well. So, if your employer is not able to complete the form that is about employment, then you complete that portion as best you can on their behalf, and you submit some of these secondary forms to go with it. And so, in other words, let me summarize what I just said. The form that's on your screen right now is the form that is requesting employment information. You may have worked for the post office so long ago that nobody's there that can validate that you indeed worked there. Shared Services will not help you with this now that you're retired. You call Shared Services and they're going to tell you, work with OPM. Well, if you can't get the information, you fill out that request for employment information the best you can, and then you have some supplemental documents you can provide that will suffice. And that's what I'm going to list for you next. Income tax returns that show health insurance premiums paid. A W-4 reflecting the pre-tax medical contributions. Now, some of you have been retired for a long time. You may have to go back in your records to find those things. Pay stubs that reflect health insurance premium deductions. Your health insurance card, I mentioned that a while ago, with a policy effective date. And then explanation of benefits, another one I mentioned a while ago, paid by your health plan, or statements or receipts that reflects the payment of health insurance premiums. They will accept those documents. So it's easy. It says, the form says, this little instruction sheet says, get this. It's easy. It's easy to complete and submit your application online. And then you upload those documents. There's more information at Medicare.gov, or you can call them at 1-800-633-4227. The easiest thing for you to do is call us, 918-396-5171. That's the instructions on how to apply. So I'm going to end with that, and our next and final podcast about forms will be a summary of what I just went in great detail about to make it as easy as possible for you to fill out those forms and submit them. Thanks for coming along this podcast. What a journey we're taking right now with postal reform.